The latest release by PNSO. This is Maxim, the Baryonyx. I've been waiting for PNSO to release a Baryonyx, and now we finally have one. We'll take a quick look at the box here. So, usual sort of setup by PNSO with their boxes. Got their logo there, picture of the figure there, name. Same thing on the side of the box here, and on the back. Pretty simplistic, but I think it's good enough. So we'll get the figure out and have a look at it. If you've collected PNSO figures, you'll know what these usually come with. So you have a poster of the figure here. So we'll open this up. Really nice poster of the Baryonyx here. This looks really cool. You also get a little booklet as well, which has some information about Baryonyx and some more pictures. You can see there the length, the diet and the period, and where the fossils actually originated from. It's some cool bits of information, and there's a lot more in here as well, and also some steps on how to draw the Baryonyx if you're interested in that. As always, we get our support stand. Always recommend using this when displaying your figures, because with a lot of PNSO figures, if you don't use the stand, their feet do tend to warp over time, and your figure will no longer be able to stand on its own. So always use the display stand. Here is the main attraction, the Baryonyx. Let's get him out. So here we finally have the Baryonyx out of the packaging. You can see how beautiful this figure is. It's got some nice greens on here, bits of orange, bit of yellow as well. I know a lot of people complain about the colours, but I don't really mind them. I like that they go for naturalistic colours, and the detail on the figure is always beautiful. So we'll start off by taking a look at the head of the figure here. As you can see, it's a very narrow skull shape that this dinosaur has. The jaw is articulated, as of all PNSO releases. See how fine the teeth are, and they're all painted as well. Got some nice scaling at the tip of the snout here. Sort of carries on a little bit up the snout as well. Got the nostril just there. This lovely little crest here on top. You do have some nice detail inside the mouth as usual. Got these yellow eyes on the figure for black people. Some really nice dark greens here on the lower jaw and on the top of the head there. Got these greens running down the back of the figure here, and you've got some oranges along the neck here, which looks really nice. I like the black striping along the body. can see the detail on the scales are very, very fine, as you see with most PNSO figures. I think they're really some of the best figures out there. Here we have the claws of the Baryonyx. The pose is sort of a walking pose. Very similar, or reminds me of the Saurophaganax. Similar sort of pose as that. Got these nice orange stripes going down the body as well. It's a nice muscle definition here on the thigh. It's very nice. These skin folds and wrinkles here, which again look very good. See the detail here on the feet also. Very great quality figure. We'll compare him with some other PNSO dinosaurs. Maybe some other spinosaurids be a good comparison. We'll have a look at some of those now. Here we have Baryonyx with Spinosaurus. This Spinosaurus being a much older figure, you can really see the difference in terms of detail between these two. If we bring them in a bit closer, see the major difference in terms of scaling on these two. The PNSO have really improved a lot. And as you can see, Baryonyx does balance on his own. So you can get him standing without the support stand, but wouldn't recommend doing this for too long. Comparing these two together, this is definitely a much smaller Spinosaurus in terms of scale. I think it's probably represents a juvenile Spinosaurus. You can see the size of these two together. Here we have Baryonyx with the PNSO Cynopliosaurus. You can see these two together here. Cynopliosaurus is definitely a much larger animal. I do really like the colour scheme on this, with the sort of orange brown colour with the black striping. I think it looks really nice. You can see these two together. Here we have Baryonyx next to Suchomimus. Definitely one of my favourites from PNSO. I love the colours on the front of the snout here on the Suchomimus. I think they look very nice. See these two side by side. Both being in slightly different poses, but Suchomimus definitely being slightly larger. Here we have the newest Spinosaurus from PNSO. This is definitely a amazing figure of a Spinosaurus. You can see this next to the Baryonyx. Completely dwarfs it, as it should. We'll have a closer look at the head shape between Baryonyx and Spinosaurus here. We'll do a comparison with the other figures we've looked at as well, just so you can see how similar they are with subtle differences between each of the species here. And here we have most of the spinosaurids by PNSO together. I think these all look great on the shelf together. You can see difference in colours on most of them. Definitely have to say the Cynopliosaurus and the Suchomimus are my favourites in terms of colour scheme. I feel like they stand out the most comparing all of these spinosaurids together. Overall, I think this is another great release by PNSO. To be honest, I don't think I've ever had a figure that I don't like from PNSO. Their quality and detail is definitely hard to match. We did get a recent Baryonyx figure from How Long Good, but I did not pick that figure up because I knew PNSO would release their Baryonyx at some point, so I was holding out for that, and now we finally have it, and I feel like it definitely blows the How Long Good out of the water. One thing that I would have liked to have seen with this figure is more vibrant colours on the crest and the front of the snout, like we had with Suchomimus. I felt like that was a really great addition, that they gave us that splash of colour on the front, really made the figure stand out. And I feel like it's just missing on this one. They could have added maybe a bit more vibrant colour on the crest there, help it stand out a little bit more. But overall, this is still a great figure, and I would recommend this to anyone who loves collecting dinosaurs. Thank you for watching.